Hey guys, tomorrow is Memorial Day and I wanted to take a minute and talk about what Memorial Day means to veterans. If you didn't know, Memorial Day honors military service members who died in service to their country. It originated after the American Civil War in the 1800s. It actually first started in Waterloo, New York, and it was called Decoration Day. And basically, it encouraged people to go out to the tombstones, to the graves of the fallen soldiers, and to decorate them with flowers and ribbons and things like that. Now, unfortunately, during my time in the Army, I've lost several soldiers, especially during the Iraq War. Whether it was a vehicle crashing through the gate with explosives, or it was an improvised explosive device detonating on a vehicle, it was tragic. One of the things military leaders say to their soldiers before they leave for a deployment or before they get into combat, they'll say, "We're going in with 100 soldiers and we're coming back with 100 soldiers." So they'll make promises like that, basically that they're going to ensure the safeguard and bring everyone back home. But that's a promise that no one can really make with 100% certainty. I do believe it's incredibly important to remember the people whose lives were lost in service to this country. Reflecting on the past, my soldier's future was unwritten. We're talking about a teenager, a 19-year-old, who had their whole life in front of them. And because of one action on one day in Iraq, they no longer get to live out their life. So they could have easily had a very productive life where they impacted hundreds or if not thousands of individuals, but their life was cut short. And oftentimes, as a leader, you hold that individual's life. And by you giving out orders, it can bring that untimely death upon them. There was also a young man in his mid to late 20s who was one of the nicest people I've ever met. And this person had a family. He had 3 kids and a wife that he never got to go see because his story, his life ended on Route 1. His young kids will only be able to cherish that memory of him in that small time frame in which he was there. Young warriors with their life cut too soon is painful to think about because you can recall your last conversations, the facial expressions that they had interacting with you. And when they're out of your life, when they're gone, it's surreal. Most people who are joining the military, they understand that they might have to do the ultimate sacrifice and give their life up, but not many people believe that it can happen. So it's one thing in a training environment, when you're conducting live fire rehearsals and when you're pretending the enemy is over here and you're doing tactics and maneuvers to eliminate the enemy. Then it's quite another when you're actually in a foreign country and combat's actually occurring. When I joined in 1999, there was no war. There was an engagement in Bosnia, there was an engagement in Kosovo, but there was no full-fledged war taking place during that time. And despite all the training, it never gets as real as when bombs are detonating or as when bullets are flying. That is a completely different experience. Not only is it incredibly real, it is terrifying, and it can stay with you long after it's over. War should always be the absolute last resort because the result is so tragic. If you would like to observe Memorial Day this year, I'd like to offer you a few activities. Number 1 is you can participate in the National Moment of Remembrance, which occurs at 3 p.m. Whatever time zone you're in, it's not specific. Whether you're Central, Mountain, Pacific, or Eastern, at 3 p.m., take 1 minute and just reflect and honor the soldiers who have given their lives. Number 2 is to display a United States flag at your home. And number 3 is to visit a military cemetery or a military memorial. I'm fortunate enough to live near Washington, D.C., so I can go to Arlington and pay my respects there. Now, if you do not know anyone who lost their life in service of their country, I will leave a website link down below in the description where you can see hundreds of people, you can read about them, you can think about them, and you can honor them. I hope you're off work tomorrow and you're able to observe Memorial Day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.